Lots of people have had the dream to move away to the bright lights of New York City and make a name for themselves in the world of TV and film.
A woman from McFarland is doing just that and now has an Emmy nomination to show for it. Our Michael Bruno introduces us to Erin Shannon, who was recently nominated for an Emmy for her work on Comedy Central's The Daily Show with Trevor.
Is it still a joke if no one laughs at it?
On March 12th, that was our very last day in the studio before we were all called to start working from home. And we didn't even at the time necessarily know that we weren't coming back right away. But we had a really great show that day with a lot of different elements. And one of the fun ones was this tribute to the audience. Trevor sang a song thanking all the viewers and audience, which was really fun. And it was a very special show, and I'm glad that we were recognized for it for the Emmy nomination.
And of course, now you're back in Wisconsin, and you're working virtually out of your home, and the show is still currently on the air, correct?
Yeah, we had 1 week after that first week after the pandemic kind of really hit. We had 1 week where we didn't actually put anything on the air, and we were just kind of trying to figure out what to do. And then since then, we've been putting shows on the air, and it's under the Daily Social Distancing Show. And Trevor does everything from inside of his living room. And then everybody else works from home, the producers, the editors. And it took a while for us to figure out how to do it. But we've got it down now, and I'm really, really proud of all of us because we've got a big team. And so to try to figure out the new workflow was a challenge, but I think we've been doing a good job, and I think that the show's been really kind of an important voice at this time.
Just know that I'll be waiting for you to come back to the show, to the ones who stood and the ones who clapped. I'll even give a shout out to the haters who just sat there and never laughed. It's the ones who cheered and the people who love to wave. I'll even miss those ones who seem to get all the jokes too late.
My segment always talks about more of like the acting side and the people who are actually like in front of the camera or on the stage. So do you think this is going to impact how this is going to be dealt with in the future for shows like this?
It probably will. It's definitely changed the nature of making shows and movies across the board and live performances as well. And The Daily Show is kind of a unique hybrid because it is a TV show, a talk show, comedy show that is televised, but there's a live audience. And so we benefit from that. We were nervous about making a show without one, and we've kind of had to change the style of it. It will be interesting to see what happens when we can go back and have an audience, because the audience really, provides that energy and those reactions that makes a show like ours really feel live, and it's fun and interesting and dynamic. But I do think we've learned to be more creative because we have to work without an audience, which could be awkward. But we've done a good job of kind of finding that energy in other ways and using editing and style and writing differently. But I'm sure that we'll all have to reassess how we do things moving forward, especially when it comes to live performances. Not sure how that will look.
Well, best of luck to you, and I hope that you have a bright, shining Emmy. I hope you get back to New York soon.
Thank you very much.
I love you guys.
And Michael joins us now from his home. We're all doing this these days.
Right.
She's
an amazing thing that we all have to do this virtually now. It's so strange that she's actually working on the show, and it's going on the air, 5 days a week, and she's doing all of her editing from her parents' home now. It's kind of crazy.
She's a video editor, not a word editor.
That's correct.
That's amazing. So now at Mom and Dad's.
Yeah. Back home at Mom and Dad's.
Bring back that Emmy to Mom and Dad's house, right? Why not?
Yeah, she worked it out beautifully because it's better than being stuck in her cramped little apartment in New York. She's got the comfort of being safe here in Wisconsin and still being able to keep her job. So it kind of is a good situation all the way around.
Yeah, all the late night shows were kind of strained at first, but they all found their footing, and it's working.
You just have to adapt.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we have.
Yes.
All right.
Are we ready?
Ready? 3, 2, 1. It's
Friday!
So Jim sits down on the floor the whole time?
He does.
He's a trooper. All right, guys, have a good weekend.
Bye, guys.